Hey everybody, Chris Bayless here from the Sponsorship Collective, coming at you with another video on all things sponsorship. Today's video is called How to Build Activations That Sponsors Love, and frankly, that audiences love. So what the heck is an activation anyway? The easiest way, I think, to think about or to conceptualize sponsorship activation is to think of it as switching on your sponsorship, right? Sponsorship as expressed as logo placement or speaking opportunities or social media, kind of boring, pretty old school. There's a lot more to it than that. That piece of sponsorship that I think is missing from most is that of activation, which takes your sponsor and their target audience and connects them in meaningful ways that could only happen with you. Right, with you, the rights holder or the property. You can think of it as switching on your sponsorship. It's about engaging, and it's about providing outcomes for your sponsors. So I'm going to tell you how to build an activation very, very simply, and I'm going to share with you an example of an activation that I worked on with a client of mine, and they had a really interesting and positive outcome. Okay, step one in building activations that your sponsors and your audience will love is to ask your audience for feedback. What do they love about your event, your program, your team, space, festival, whatever it is that you're seeking sponsorship for? Ask those who engage with it what they love about it. Ask them what they hate about it. Ask them what they want more of, what they want less of. I recommend sending a survey to your audience to ask them for their feedback, specifically to tell you what's wrong with your program, with your event, whatever it is that you're seeking sponsorship for. You want your audience to tell you what you've done wrong, what they want more of, what they want less of. That becomes the basis of your activation. The whole point of sponsorship is to give your audience more of what they want through a sponsorship intervention that in turn makes your sponsorship opportunity more interesting and achieve its goals. Step two, take that information that you've received from your audience and deliver it to your sponsors, to your prospects. Tell your prospects, tell your sponsors what your audience wants more of, what they loved, what they didn't like, and ask your sponsor in step three to solve that problem for your audience. So step one, find out from your audience what it is they want. Step two, tell your prospect what it is your audience wants more of. And then step three, work with your sponsor to create an opportunity that solves a problem of your audience, right? Or gives them more of something they love. And then you attach your sponsor's goals to the outcomes for that opportunity. So I promised you an example. I was actually auditing an event, a major national fundraising event. And while I was at the event, I noticed this crowd of angry moms. And so I approached this crowd of angry moms and I asked them, what's happening here? And they told me that at 9:30 in the morning, the event started at 9, the portable washrooms were completely out of paper towels, out of soap. The water stations to wash their hands simply weren't working. So I fed this back to my client, and then in their follow-up survey, they asked the question, what was the one thing you hated about this event? One thing that you think we could do better? And their response was overwhelmingly across the country, the washrooms, the bathrooms sucked. So what do? Well, most people would go to a portable bathroom provider and ask them for free stuff in exchange for an in-kind sponsorship. Terrible idea. Instead, we reached out to a consumer goods company and said, do you want to connect with this audience? And of course they said we do. And we said, well, this is what they're struggling with. So we came up with this idea to build a VIP bathroom experience. So the consumer goods company showed up, giving out samples, plush towels, making sure that everything was topped up and full, sunscreen, bug spray, the works, so that people who were at this event had a great time and got to interact with the sponsor. Then we came up with the idea to have a very special VIP kind of concierge experience. So for sponsors, for VIPs at the event, and for those who raised, it's a peer-to-peer fundraising event, so for those who raised over a certain amount of money, so a couple $1,000, got to use the special air-conditioned bathroom trailers with running water, etc. So why did that work? Well, we asked the audience what they want. We then reached out to a sponsor who cared about that audience, to a brand who cared about that audience, and said, let's give this audience more of what they want, overcome discomfort or frustration, and then we'll connect them to you, the sponsor, in meaningful ways. We sent a follow-up survey. What was the one thing that people loved at this event? The bathroom experience. Sponsorship activation done well. Sponsor loved it, audience loved it. So that's it. Simple in concept, simple in practice. It's all about building opportunities that bring value to your audience, bring value to your organization, and bring value to your sponsors. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Bayless from the Sponsorship Collective. Good luck out there.